Hey everyone, welcome back to Brick System Brothers. Nathan Masters here for a parts haul today. If you remember back on the channel when I talked about my best bulk prices so far, that was from Boston Brick Company, and this is actually a parts haul from that same store, but this was actually in a little volume bag. So these are hand-picked pieces. They're not going to be as cheap as the bulk rate that I got from the store, but I actually picked all these personally. And was able to go in and get just the stuff that I wanted, fill up that bag at a set rate, and this is what I ended up with, so that's what I'm covering today. So the bag price at Boston Brick Company, it was a medium-sized bag, $35. It's a little bit bigger than the $40 Bricks and Minifigs bag, I want to say. Maybe a little bit smaller. The total part count from this $35 bag is 590 pieces, and that I've been able to get higher in similar volume when I don't pack in the large molds. So there were a few large pieces that I went for this time that took up quite a bit of room, the limited room in that bag, so that drove the overall part count down for the same amount of volume. That's okay. Was able to balance it out with some small stuff, and just in general really good parts to pick from. So yeah, I do have a few categorical breakdowns here. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but at the same time these are all hand-picked parts, so I could talk about all of these parts literally. I'm going to try to get through this by category. So main groupings are slopes, of course, and this will seem really familiar to the video that I put out, things like 3 things I always buy at hobby stores. So those groupings are going to show up here, of course. But yeah, the slopes are here. Something interesting from this store was the 4x6 in blue. 2 of those. Also a 3x4 33 degree in sand green, and a 1x3 33 degree in sand red. That sand red color, always on the lookout for that guy. So that was found in the wild. There's also a pretty new mold here in the conical section with those really interesting shingle shape on there. The rest of the slopes, pretty generic colors, darker colors of course. That's probably what I'm drawn to more, but just in general, picking back up some of that inventory. There's an old dark gray 2x3. Okay, next to that I've got some of the bricks. Again, same thing here. The stuff that I'm always on the lookout for are the textured masonry bricks. So decent number in sand green now, color that I didn't have until this year. Started to get some. The transparent 2x2 bricks here, quite a few actually, 4 different colors, including the transparent medium blue, which glows under ultraviolet light. The other colors being the dark blue, green, and red transparent, pretty common for the 2x2. Other parts in here, 1x16 white and dark azure bricks. Again, going with the larger molds, take up more room, but by the time the price breakdown works out, it's cheaper than anything you're going to see on Bricklink. Some of the large 4x4 macaroni bricks, dark blue, red, and bright light orange. And then some of the tall 1x2x5 in some transparent colors. Here's a transparent neon green. And this is the pillar brick without inside reinforcements. So when they put this part out in transparent colors, there's 2 variants, and this is the one that's more transparent all the way through, so that there's no interruptions in the visual. And then I'll also mention the olive green parts that I didn't know at the time, but these will start coming in handy when I do the extra 4 for the Parisian restaurant. So that's a color I've started to look out for more now that I know that will be coming up in the future. But something that I've, of course, always been looking out for, even when I didn't know that I would need it. Some medium blue as well to replenish after building Market Street and also going into the extra floor of Market Street. Jump down here to some plates, and this isn't all, I haven't sorted it out all the way. There's still quite a few pieces in here that belong to those other categories, but this is going to get some of the highlights anyways. So yeah, plates and modified plates, of course. I'll pull out the sand green again, 2x6 plate in sand green. This is becoming more common within the last couple years, but for a while it was pretty exclusive. And then this is one of our light nugget colors, 6x8 in size, pretty uncommon. I might have one or two from the job lot. And then this particular modified plate, the catapult scoop bucket. Recently I was experimenting with a water wheel build, and I need 16 of these to actually build that physically. So it was a digital build. I'm not going to go out and buy 16 of these on Bricklink just so that I can build it, but I am going to keep track of how many I've got, and when I get 16 I might try to put that together. Also some transparent plates. Depending on the size and color, these can be rare. I don't think either of these two are considered a rare part, but this dates back to some of the classic space factions like Futuron, and the transparent red might be from Space Police. So those go back quite a ways. And then also a metallic fender. So this I think was only in the one set, in the Agents set, late 2000s. Some of these door rail plates in red and white. Never hurts to have those. And yeah, the bright light yellow also in here. A couple tiles, 2x4 size, and a curved macaroni again are also in the plates. Oh yeah, the bright green half seashell clamshell 2x2 plate modified. New part for the collection. Don't have a use for it yet. Yeah, there's actually a lot of pieces that I knew existed, so I was on the lookout for them, but hadn't came across to bring into the collection yet. And this particular haul has several additions. So maybe it's a color or a mold shape. Like we'll go over to Technic here. I didn't have this mold shape yet. I knew it was around. It's from Nexonites. It actually integrates with the shield, the pentagonal shield, really nicely. But I just didn't, I hadn't picked it up. So I saw that in the loose mix, grabbed it. It's going in the bulk bag, and now it's in the collection. Yeah, Technic, really a variety of stuff. The biggest part is in the Technic category. This is one of the airplane kind of fuselage nose cone pieces. I used one in a spaceship mock not too long ago, so I've been grabbing a few of these every now and then, if not to build a plane, just to have on hand as extra. They're kind of big though, so maybe I don't need too many more. Engine, another sand red piece. This time it's the kind of the shell shape. And then a 1x16 blue. This is a crane arm piece here, and also a support girder. Nice tall piece for rapid structured building. A couple Speed Champions things. There's one of the newer tires, an axle in red. So the axles that are in uncommon colors, I like to grab those as well. So the red and the white, and some shorter hoses here too. Technic, and then I guess the train wheels are up here. Buying these individually is like $3 to $5 a piece, so I'm kind of surprised that let's see, Sean was his name. Sean hadn't pulled these out of the loose mix. I don't know if he had stuff that he was selling separately, or it was also pretty early in his reopening as well, so maybe he hadn't got to that kind of stuff yet. But it was definitely more variety in the loose stuff at Sean's store than at a regular Bricks and Minifigs, because at a Bricks and Minifigs they're pulling select lots to sell individually, and I don't think Sean was doing a lot of that. So that was another thing I really enjoyed about browsing these pieces. Alright, this guy is probably the best condition, oldest piece that's in great condition here. It's just a tail section, and this is actually a print but it dates back to 80s and 90s. So this is quite an old piece, and usually these are not in great condition. They're scratched up, been around the block. That one's in pretty good shape. Also some large canopy elements. So this is a Mars mission piece. This is a Nexonites as well. This is another one that I didn't have in the collection yet. Again, knew it was out, knew it was around, but I had never bought a set that had this piece in it, and I hadn't bought it on Bricklink. It's just one of those things that I don't mind not having it, but if the opportunity presents itself, I'm going to get it. So I did. Then this color I think is a new for me. The larger windscreen here, but it's in transparent dark, kind of that darker tinted color. And restocking the regular doors, and then this nice X-Wing canopy. The X-Wing I built for Josh was the tinted one, but this one is clear, so not an exact replacement for the one that went out, but still a nice one to have coming in. And yeah, making our way across some of the 3x3 engines. Also, I did pick up Ninjago Dragon, so the head and the jaw are here. And I don't know if I'm going to be building a companion for the Ice Dragon that I still have together from the Akita set. But again, I suspect to Bricklink this piece would set you back more than the average part. In this case, I can get it at bulk pricing pretty much. So I did. And then another really large element in the bag is this great fence piece. Not great as in wonderful, although it is a nice piece, but great as in like a drain strainer kind of thing. So really large bar cross section. Another new mold for the collection. That one actually goes back to the Agents set. I think was one of the ones that it came in. Nice Spider-Man rope thing in black. Some of the bar fences, dark bluish gray. Other fences, a nice light bluish gray box, so the uncommon color there. And yet another sand red piece. This time it is the 2x4 half cylinder. I think this is exclusive to one Mars Life on Mars set, 2001. I now have 2 of these, which is enough to build that set. It would be one of the harder pieces to find for that. So happy to add that as well. Yeah, I'll just kind of pan the camera over these pieces. I don't think I'm going to say, maybe pull out 1 or 2 more if it catches my eye. Trans neon green 1x4 tile. Had to double check and make sure there was a logo on this one. There is. I don't know what set that's from. Some medium blue and nugget colors kind of making up this middle section here. Smaller masonry bricks, detail pieces, that kind of thing. Alright, on the left side I have pulled out some decorated, and this is a mix of printed and stickered pieces. So we'll start down in this left corner on some 4x4 plates, kind of that large tile section. These are both a sticker decoration. On the left we've got some kind of supercar, and on the right is some kind of contour map with some numbers on there. So both really great detail, probably exclusive stickered pieces. So I like those. And then just some other decorated stickers and prints, kind of a mix here. The 2x2 leapfrog tile, hadn't seen that one before. I knew that this one was out there, but I didn't have it yet. This is the Greeble Trail map from the collectible minifig series. It went with the hiker. So that had been on my radar for a while, and finally got it here. Among the computer prints, a really nice old red telephone. Happy to get that. The printed wheel cover, Josh talks about the set that this came in. And then the Texas T sticker on the little paddle there. Then this is actually a pretty recent mold, the 2x2 box with the inner surface is all smooth. This does have a sticker on it, a caution sticker, so I hadn't seen that before. And moving up here, the really large tail fin that has the shipping logo, and that is still applied on both sides, somewhat straight as well, so I'll take it. And then a bank door here, and this door might be something where I actually take off the bank sticker, because the door with the tinted glass might have more value as a plain piece than it does as the bank, specifically the bank door sticker. But I still have the option right now. I haven't taken that off. If that's something that I determine I need for a project, then I don't have too many reservations about it, but I'm not going to do that until I know for sure I'm going to use it like that, if that makes sense. Some Arctic tail fins, and then this is another pretty recent mold. I'm not sure what set that this would have come in with that little lava stuff on there, but kind of a bunker window, reinforced, armored kind of thing, kind of like that. Some curved slopes that I started to breeze by. This is the harvester design with the wheat on there. And then this is actually a vinyl flag, so not a sticker, but kind of got that gradient on there. That's nice. Here is a pretty old metal contact 2x4 plate. So for a little while there was this whole electrical system with these modified plates that had all the metal circuitry in there. It's always kind of fascinated me, so I grab those when I see them. This guy's actually broken a little bit on that corner, but it's in such a way that I think I could build it in to a mock without that really affecting the overall model. That'll just get tucked away in a corner. You know, if you have these all lined up in a row, that's going to be completely hidden. So this is a uncommon enough piece that I bought it, even though it does have that break on there. And then not one, not two, but 3 copies of the 8x8 green modified plate with the electric sticker on there. That is from the cargo train, blue cargo train. Josh has it. It's that electrical spool reel kind of thing. So I could build 1.5 of those now with 3 green plates. Still has the sticker on. Okay, up here is a little something extra special, and I'm gonna get this cleared off before I talk about that. But yeah, almost 600 pieces for $35. Didn't do the math outright to get the decimal places, but that's like a little more than 5 cents a piece. Not bad at all. So as it happened, while I was in there going about my business and just, you know, picking through the loose Lego, Sean and one of his buddies were going through a recent purchase, a box of loose pieces, and they were pulling stuff to reassemble as sets and just kind of going through that. I made my way over to the counter and had a look at some of the stuff they had set aside. Keep an eye out for this stuff, I said to myself. So once he was kind of at a stopping spot, I was going through some of the stuff that wasn't actually out, you know, specifically ready to sell, but it was pretty much just me in there at that point. So I was able to just pick a few of these things and make some little negotiations, make some offers, and ended up with some really nice bonus pieces here that really happy to get these. So let's see what we've got. We'll get these spaced out a little bit better. Yeah, like I said, these were not in the loose table. I packed them all in a little bag, and I said, make me an offer. He said $1. I said deal. So for $1, Nathan Masters ended up with the Fabuland bird cage. Yellow bird in there. Beautiful, beautiful element. Love it. The basketball backstop. Transparent panel. The NBA print. White cat, chrome, mufflers, some 2x2 prints, radio, police, telephone, the mail service, printed door, and sand red 2x4 slope. Yeah, so definitely the crown jewel. Probably not just the selected parts, not just the bulk bag, but out of everything I bought at Boston Brick Company, which is over 30,000 pieces, this little guy is my favorite. I've known about this piece for probably 4 years, and it is like the other stuff that I mentioned. I don't really specifically hunt things down. I just kind of wait and see if I'm going to end up with it. And that's how it worked out. So, Boston Brick Company, definitely recommend. Kind of sad that I do not reside in Boston, but it's probably a good thing because I'd be down there way more often than I needed to be if I was close enough, and I'd be dropping a lot of money there. But definitely want to get back to this store in the future. I'm not going to make any plans or dates or anything, but it's a point on the map for me now that I've been once. I got the 60-pound bull call and this bag of loose pick and grab, and then some great more obscure stuff. And Sean just really fun to work with in terms of, you know, knowing what stuff is worth, knowing what themes stuff goes to, and being willing to negotiate as well. Yeah, some special stuff coming in to the collection down here, and now that I've got the wall up, should be able to sort a little bit more stuff out, slowly working through piles and purchases, lots and stuff like that. And yeah, one step at a time. This is one of those steps. So thanks for watching, guys. If I missed something in the pile that you saw, want more details about, drop that comment down there. I can definitely zoom back in on certain things, but I did want to get the general overview out and published on the channel right here on Brick System Brothers. We'll see you next time.